The CGL Tier 2 live mock has been conducted and I am here to discuss the detailed solutions of the logical reasoning section with you, right? So by the end of the session, you will be able to understand how to approach these questions, how to make it quicker, how to make it faster, what is the expected timeline, and what are the exact solutions, and how to think about these solutions. Now, this particular mock was actually of a very good level, and the common practices which we make, the common tricks which we use to shorten the time for particular types of questions, they were actually challenged here. That means they actually designed the questions in a way that those tricks will fail. So you will have to rely on content, on concept to be able to solve these questions. So let's start. The very first question in front of us is from situation conclusions or statement conclusions only basically. And the very first question is very interesting in itself. Just observe this carefully. Yeah. So the first question reads that, the situation reads that, even though there is an extreme shortage of cotton products in the domestic market in country A, about 75% of the country's cotton production is exported straight to other nations. Country A imports cotton from country B in order to meet the demands of its citizens. So ideally what is being said is that country A produces cotton which is not sufficient for its own citizens. Despite that, let's say it is producing 100 kg cotton, and that 100 kg cotton is not sufficient for the people living in the country. Despite that, it is exporting 75 kg to other countries. And to meet the local demand of its own country, of its own people, it is importing cotton from country B. This is what is mentioned here, right? Now, conclusions. When comparing the import of cotton from country B to the export of self-produced cotton, country A makes huge profits. Conclusion 2, usage of self-produced cotton for domestic purposes is not affordable for country B. Now a lot of people, what they do is, in the first attempt itself, they will quickly read, and because of haste, they will say none of them follow. So you will say neither 1 nor 2 can be concluded. That's a common practice, a common mistake which a lot of you do, because you fail to realize what is written here. Right? Go through this again. This is saying that even though, and there is not a normal shortage, there is an extreme shortage of cotton production in the domestic markets. Extreme shortage. So the demand is so high and the supply is very less. If we look at the local demand, despite that, 75% of the production is exported to other countries. Why is that? Because probably country A is earning huge profits on exports rather than using it for its domestic purpose. And those profits, a marginal amount of that profit is probably used to import extra cotton from B, which is being used for the internal consumption. So that hints towards that, and that is why you can safely draw this conclusion that whatever it is, country A makes profits. Okay, and because of these profits, it is okay for it to forego its local utilization, its local demands for the cotton, and for it to depend on other countries for it. So this one conclusion follows. Yes, 2 will not follow because nothing about affordability for country B is mentioned anywhere. So only 1 can be concluded is the correct answer, right? What is the timeline? Timeline is, so 90 seconds were taken here. 1.5 minutes, and after reading and analyzing the whole thing, ended up going in the incorrect zone. So this is what is the primary challenge of critical reasoning, where understanding what is given is also very important. See, this topic has the capacity of becoming very difficult also at times without actually increasing or decreasing anything. The fact which will be presented will be out of line and you will get confused. So that is what it is. Anyway, second thing, cause and effect. So this farmland has only produced wheat throughout the last 10 years. Okay, we have now attempted to cultivate fruits and vegetables, but the soil's quality has already degraded because to consistently produce the same kind of crops, farmers use pesticides to maintain the quality of the soil. So it is giving you the reasoning for this, that the quality of the soil has degraded. Why? Because to produce same kind of crops, farmers use pesticides to maintain the quality of the soil, and hence those pesticides leach into the soil and create problems for after long term utilization. Does that make sense? Yes, that makes sense. So whatever comes after because is the cause, and whatever comes before because is the effect. So 2 is the cause and 1 is the effect. Option A is the right answer, and which if you click on that, you will get that this is Absolutely correct. 47 seconds were taken for this. This is decent actually, but this could have been brought down. It was a very easy question though. It's not very difficult. Yes, find the missing term. Now, this one actually, if you try to find the difference, okay, just try to find the difference. So what is the difference here? It is 53 and 31, so that's 84. What is the difference here? 231 to 73, so this is 42. What about this? This is, I think, 20, no, sorry. Four and 84 again, and this is 42, I believe, right? So what is happening? Alternating difference of 84, 42, 84, 42. Agreed? So what is going to happen here? 42. So 147 minus 42 is how much? It is 105. But that is not happening here. What else can be the reason? What do you think can be the reason apart from this? Okay, these are all multiples of 21, aren't they? This is 21 into 7. This is 21 into 11. It's 21 into 13. Right? 210 and 63. Yeah. This is 21 into 17, I believe. 210 and 147. Yeah. This is 21 into, so 7 plus 4, 11 plus 2, 13 plus 4, 17 plus 2, 19. So plus 4, so 21 into 5. Yeah, so I think how can they get 21? Why is 21 coming here? It should have been 105, no? What grounds have they given 21? Can there be any other specific reason for this? Oh, I think this is incorrect here. 105 should have been the correct answer. Let's report this. Yeah, 21 is given to be the correct answer, but that's not right. So report. Just mention it. I can't seem to understand why 105 could have been. Why 21 is the reason. 21 and 7. Multiply by 7, multiply by 11, multiply by 13, 17, 19. So 11, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. They're all prime numbers, right? So 7 before that should have been 5 only. By that logic also it's 5 only. So I think the answer should have been 21 into 5, which is equal to 105. This is what I feel, but anyways, we have raised the report. Let's see what happens here. Okay, next. Okay, 70 and 138. Okay, multiply by 2 minus 2. Multiply by 2 is 260 and 16, 276 minus 3. Perfect. Multiply this by 2, 2140, 2140 and 18, 2158 minus 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. So into 2 minus 4 is our answer. Okay. So 273 into 2 is 400, 546 minus 4, 542. Option B is the correct answer. Cool. And it's pretty simple. You could have done this easily. Now 36 seconds, decent. Very nice. Next. Meaningful order. Transmission line, step down transformer, generation at plant, step up transformer, distribution to consumers. Again, 9th standard electricity concept, I think, physics. So what exactly happens is, because you know the voltage is very high, so in that case if you try to supply it, the resistance is going to be there, and there's going to be a lot of heat, current loss in form of heat, right? So to avoid that, what we do is we step up. Okay, we increase the voltage, and then at that high voltage we supply it throughout the lines, high tension wires, and the moment they reach the households, of course that high voltage cannot be supplied, otherwise everything else will be disrupted. So then those step down transformers are present near the local areas, which will step it down, bring down the voltage, and then the supply will be done. That's how it works. So electricity is first generated at the plant, then we use a step up transformer, then it is transmission lines, then it is a step down transformer, and then it is distributed to the consumer. So 34125 option A is the correct answer. Though we could have gone option wise only, one or two options you could have found out that easily option 1 was the correct answer. 45 seconds. Okay, decent, not bad. Next, but see, you need conceptual knowledge, otherwise this is gone. All these questions, they are very good questions actually. Next. A person begins his journey from a starting point and moves 3 kilometers towards the east. So this is the starting point and 3 kilometers towards the east. Now he then takes a right turn and travels 5 kilometers. Okay. Followed by left turn to move 8 kilometers. Okay. After that he takes another left turn and walks 6 kilometers. So this is 5 plus 1, 6 kilometers. Finally he takes a right turn and turns 4 kilometers to reach his end point. This is the end point, this is the starting point. In which direction is starting point located with respect to the end point? If you observe clearly, it's simply southwest. It's simply southwest. Okay. Cool. Next. 45 seconds. That's slightly more. You can reduce this time for this particular question. X buses and Y passengers. Okay. This is a quant-based question. If each bus carries 40 passengers, then 20 passengers are left without seats. Okay, so what is it trying to say? It is trying to say that if there are X buses, so 40 X buses plus 20 more passengers is equal to Y total passengers. That is what it's trying to say. This is the first equation. The second equation, if you want to go, you can go ahead, but if you want to check it through this only, you will get your answer. So Y is 40X plus 20. So X is 4 here. 40 into 4 is 160, so this is nowhere going. 160 again, nowhere going. This is 120 in itself, not going. So this is our correct answer. 120 plus 20 is 140. This is the only one which is satisfying this equation. So you don't even have to check the other equation. The other equation is that if there are 50 passengers in each bus, then there will be 10 passengers. 10 seats vacant. Sorry. 50 passengers. Each bus carries 50 passengers. Then 10 seats will remain vacant. Okay, so either which ways, if you put it there, okay, either which ways, if you put it in any of these equations, you can get your answer. Or this is the longer method, you find both these equations and solve the whole thing to get the values of X and Y. Don't do that. That's unnecessary waste of your time. Just substitute and get your answers quickly. So 64 seconds is too much for this. 1 minute 4 seconds just for a simple linear equation based question, that's too much. Okay, please don't solve the equations, guys. Okay, this common question, so far what has happened is, whenever you have been asked, you have been always asked to have good judgment, good morality, good ethics, and based on that the questions were answered. But here they are asking you the reverse. They are asking you, which of these actions shows poor judgment when a friend steps off a marked trail in a wildlife reserve to take photos. So there is a marked trail, okay, that you can only walk on this trail, not outside this, because there are multiple reasons to it. Now a friend is stepping out of that trail to take some photographs. So what would you do, which would be a display of poor judgment? Encourage the friend and step out of the trail as well for a better angle. Remind them of trail rules and asking to return the path. This is actually the most ethical thing to do. And a lot of people end up, because they don't read the whole thing clearly, they end up marking this. Suggest a designated viewpoint for safe photography. Again, you're trying to prevent somehow. Noting the location and if repeated, informing a ranger. So everywhere you are actually trying to somehow or the other avoid the situation altogether. This is the only thing which is actually the most poor judgment which can be done in this situation. Okay, 36 seconds, the answer is correct. Good. Correct answer means you've read it clearly. Next. Okay, read the situation and choose the most appropriate first action. So heavy rain is forecast within 1 hour. The bridge to the district office often closes during downpours. Okay, you must submit physical documents before office closing in 3 hours. Okay, a mentor call is in 30 minutes but can be rescheduled. Packing your bag is partial. What should you do first? Okay, so again, what you should do first is you have to submit the physical documents. Okay, the office is closing in 3 hours and it's going to rain within 1 hour. So after that, the bridges will close. So you have to immediately leave first, right? So this will be your priority task. Leave now to submit the documents before the weather disruptions. Mentor call, I think you can take later on because it's rescheduled. You can be rescheduled. It can be rescheduled. Finish packing. It's partial means it is partially done. You can complete it later on as well. And scan the documents and email them tonight. I think nothing of that sort is mentioned. And physical submission is important is mentioned. So you can't email them, of course. It's a very clear question. 44 seconds. I don't know why did it take 44 seconds. Could have been done in 20-25, I think. Anyways, no problem. Come back here. A decision-making based question. So education of Prakash is the following. He is a B Pharma with 68% and M Pharma is passed. Experience is 1 year in regulated lab. Additionally, he holds the National Certification Level 3, NCL 3. His age is 25 years. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? Eligibility criteria is his age should be 23 years, maximum 28. So, he is satisfying the age criteria. Education qualification should be at least M Pharma. He is M Pharma, no mention of score, so that is not a problem. His experience must be minimum 2 years. That is not satisfied, but there is a condition. The condition is or it can be 1 year plus National Certification Level 3, which is there. 1 year plus National Certification Level 3 deemed equivalent to 2 years. Perfect. All three are there. So what needs to be done? Prakash is eligible for the position as he meets all the criteria. Cool. Simple question. Okay. Next. What's the timing here? Timing is 54 seconds. 54 seconds is okay. I think this was a very quick question. You didn't have to take this much time. Here, just come back here. So the first step, I have always told you, please calculate the sum of place values always. Don't depend on the only fact that you will check the, you will directly get to some larger number. If the number is large, then you might think that, okay, sum is not useful, it is always useful. They always often multiply the sum with something to get the larger number. So always go for the sum first. So this is 1, 3, 20, 15 and 18. So this is 23, 24, 24 and 18 is 42, 42 and this is 57. 57 into 10 is 570. If you confirm the sum of ghost also, so this is 7, 8, 15, 19, 20. So this is 38. Oh, sorry, this is 39. 39 and this is 15, 15, 30. 69, so 690 again. So yeah, that's it. So inbox is 9, 14, 2, 15, 24. So 14, 15 is 29, 29 plus 9 is 38, 38 plus 2 is 40, 40 plus 24 is 64. So 640 is my correct answer, which is option A. Okay, cool. 42 seconds, great, awesome. Not a problem. This is a very good timing in fact, because figuring out is also going to take some time. Now this is a very good question. Mod based arithmetic, commonly expected in tier 2 this time. Okay, what will be done here? If n is equal to 17 mod 9, so basically what mod 19, so what is it? It is 17 only, no? That means n is equal to 17, because a smaller number when divided by 19 is going to not leave any remainder except for the number in itself. And why does that happen? So that happens like this: 17 divided by 19. You can't even go 19 ones are 19, no? So what will you do? You'll go 19 0 or 0 and you'll subtract this number, so this will be a remainder. That is exactly what happens here. Okay, that's the maths behind it. So n is 17. Now n is 17, you need to find the remainder when this is divisible by 19. Technically, again, a lot of people substitute here and they end up getting the answers like that. But what you can also understand is, this is always the law that if a plus b mod c needs to be found out, we can find it out by a mod c plus b mod c also, and whole mod c. But this is the only thing which you need to be careful. Okay, rather than solving this whole thing, so you can substitute n here. This is 289 into 7. Okay, 3 into 17. You add everything, find the remainder with 19. You will get your correct answer. But that will become slightly calculative. So rather what you can do is you can open it like this. So 7 into 289 plus 3 into 17 plus 5. This is what is happening. Now rather than going for 7 into 289, go only for 289. 289 mod 19 is how much? So 19 into 15 approximately. 20 into 10, 200. Okay. 19 into 15. 190, 95, 285. Correct. Cool. So 285 means 4 is the remainder here. Okay. Now this 7 will definitely be a remainder. Okay. Because it's less than 19. So 7 into 4 is 28. Right away you can do this. Plus, what about 3 into 17? 51. 51 remainder with 19 is how much? So 19 into 2 is 57. Okay. Now 57 minus 51 is minus 6. Negative remainder. Minus 6 and 19 is 13. So this is 13 remainder for you. 5 will remain as it is. So you can add all 3 and take the remainder again. Or you can further find the remainder here. What is here? 19 ones are 19. So subtract this. You will get how much? 19 and I think 9, right? So it will be 9. So 9, 5, 14 and 13 is 27. 27 remainder with 19 is how much? 8. So this is 27. And 27 remainder with 19 is how much? 8. So 8 is our final answer, which is option C. Otherwise, you could have also added all these 3. You didn't have to find this. You could have added all these 3 and took the direct remainder with 19. Then also you could have gotten 8 as your correct answer. The idea is keep finding the remainders till the time you get a number which is less than 19. So this is greater than 19. You can further find the remainder here. This is less than 19, so you can't go ahead now. Okay. So that would yield 8 as your answer. So option C should be the correct answer here, which is right. 69 seconds or almost 70 seconds you're taking, probably because you don't know this concept. Otherwise, the calculation was quite easy. Right? Next. Okay. So plus means into, minus means minus, into means divide, divide means plus. Then which of the following question is correct? Okay. Into means divide. Hit this first. So into means divide, 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 divide. Great. We know that this is 8 now everywhere. So this is not our point of concern at all. Okay. The next is into. Into means divide is gone. Divide means plus. Okay. Plus means into. So this is into, into, into. Everywhere this is going to be multiplied, and this is 240. Okay. 48 into 5 is 240. Now divide means what? Divide means plus. So this is being added now. They are all the same actually. Okay. Oh, so we just had to find the time, but the answer, my god. 36 and minus means minus. This is what we had to do. 276 minus 8. 276 minus 8 is 268. Option A is the right answer. Very simple. 41 seconds. Good. Next. Okay. If in an examination the center codes and roll numbers are formed by the initial of the state or UT followed by 5 digits in a particular pattern, for example DL30987 for Delhi, then which of the following is most likely to be from Himachal Pradesh? The answer is option B, because HR probably is for Haryana, HV is for Himachal Pradesh, PB is for Punjab, and UK is probably for Uttarakhand. So this is the correct answer. Very simple. 17 seconds is appropriately right for this question. Next. Oh, this is a very good question. This is a coded inequality. Okay. Coded inequality, guys. This concept or these type of questions are often visualized in banking based exams. Just convert it. All you need to do is convert it. There's nothing special about it. Just that the way of asking is changing. So R percent Z. Okay. R percent Z means R is greater than equal to Z. U is equal to T. Z is greater than U. E is less than T. Now the conclusion are R and U. R dollar U means R is greater than U. So check between RZ and ZU. You know that R is greater than equal to Z, which is greater than U. So you will say R is greater than U. So it is correct. Option 1 is right. And E hash Z. So E is less than Z. So E T, T U and Z U. So that's how you'll do. E is less than T. T is equal to U and U is less than Z. So is E less than Z? Yes, E is less than Z. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. You just have to convert this and get your answers. 64 seconds. Why? Because new type. Question suddenly changed the type the way it was asked. That's it. So this is a very interesting question. Look at this one now. 5 to 14. So the first thing which comes to your mind is 5 plus 2, 7 into 2 is 14. This is what you are going to think. Okay. So similarly, if you apply it here, 6 plus 3 into 3. This 9 into 3 is 27, not 21. So this is not what is happening. What else can we think of? So then we'll come here. 6 into 3, 18 plus 3. So 5 into 2, 10 plus 2. That is not working out. Everything is different everywhere. So what else can be done is, so observe something else. Okay. Double this number. So this is 10. Double this number. This is 12. And take the square here. So this is 4. Take the square here. This is 9. Cool. So double this number, it is 14, and take the square here, it is 16. The sum is 30, which is there in the options. Option D is the correct answer, right? So if you are failing to reach your solution, you're not able to identify, don't start getting frustrated right away. Be solution oriented rather than problem oriented. Stop thinking about the problem repeatedly. Focus on how you can come to the solution. So immediately detach, start working again. I told you it's breaking the barriers of conventional solving now in this particular mock, and they have actually designed a very powerful mock, I must say. So this question, okay, this one is easy. If each letter, so crimson clouds drift quietly over silver lakes. If each letter is replaced by its opposite letter according to English alphabetical series, what is the first letter of the fourth word from the right after replacement? First letter of the fourth word from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Q. Q first letter replaced by the opposite one is J. Opposite of Q is J. Correct. 27 minus 17 is 10. So option C is my right answer. The only mistake you can do here is if you read this incorrectly, you will count the fourth one from the left also. Luckily, you will be right only. So any which ways. So yeah, 41 seconds. Cool. Not a problem. Next. Count the number of consonants strictly between third and 12th letters from the left of administration. Okay, what is the 12th and third letters? So this is third, M, and 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12. This is the 12th. So how many consonants between this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. It's such a simple question. 5 consonants are between these two. Okay, 42 seconds. Next. Syllogism. Some mobile is tablet. All phone is mobile. No tablet is speaker. Some mobile is not speaker. Absolutely right. This is correct. No phone is tablet is not right. We can't say that. Some phone is speaker. No, we can't say that. So only one follows. Only one follows. Option A is the correct answer. Alright. 42 seconds. Wow. Consistently, this guy has been doing it in around 40 seconds. That's a good timing actually. For tier 2, it's decent. Not a problem. Now, this is a very good question. See, I told you, it's breaking conventional systems. Usually what we used to do is, as I've taught you in the past also, if the question, the code which is asked is for a single word and there are 4 distinct options, you will always go with optional elimination. But the moment they give you 2 words or 3 words here, then you will have to find out at least one. Otherwise, you won't be able to solve it. Now, what students do is, since they can't eliminate, they start solving the whole question from here and they end up taking a lot of time. Whereas what you had to do was, today sweet sparkle. So look at the code for today. So how will you look for the code for today? You can't do that. You'll have to delete the code for make life shine, right? And how can we do that? If you observe the first and this one, so you'll get the code for make life. What is the code for make life? It is TX NW, right? NW TX, correct? That means whatever is the code for make or live, I don't care, but it is either of these. That means this is not the code for today, TX and NW. The moment you know this, please delete it from the options at this stage only, because that can't be today, because you need today here. So TX and NW is here, gone, TX is here, gone, NW is here, gone. Option A is my right answer. The only problem is you just had to take one extra step, but you did not recognize this. So what you did is Since you could not delete it from the options, you ended up solving the whole thing. And that is what cost you your time. Option 1 is the correct answer here. Okay, but 78 seconds, almost 80 seconds, almost 1.5 minutes. So we could have saved time here. I don't expect this to be done in 30 seconds though, but I think 45-50 seconds were decent for this. Alright, next. Analogy. Okay, what is happening here? If you observe carefully, there may be a different logic, but if you are smart enough, just observe the difference here. 43, difference here is 83. What is the difference here? With 36 and 20, 56. That's it. This is my answer. Okay, this is my answer. What is the actual logic? The actual logic is 56 into 5, 56 into 6. 43 into 5, 43 into 6. 83 into 5, 83 into 6. But did you need that? No. You took the difference, you found your answers. Okay. 26 seconds. Excellent. That's good. Next. This is actually an interesting one. See, how it can help you is, a lot of you in the exam might just figure out the answers. You can do that. See, if you observe this, one thing for sure we know is 4 letters and 8 letters. So 2 letters are being coded. Correct? Now what can we do here is 7 and 2 and 5. So we can say 7 minus 5, 7 minus 2. Correct? See, for 15 is 15 minus, oh sorry, 3, no? 7 minus 4 and 7 minus 2. That is what we are doing because we have 3 and 5. Correct? 15 minus 4 is 11 and 15 minus 2 is 13. Okay, the next one is L and this. So now it is 12 plus 2 and 12 plus 4 in the opposite direction. And the next one it is D plus 4 and D plus 2. 4 plus 2 and 4 plus 4. That is what is happening. Is the same thing being repeated here? This is what you need to check. So the moment you see that 6 minus 2 and 6 is same here. So this is busted, gone. So this is where you will waste your time. Always be observant of what exactly can be a possibility. If you observe clearly, this G is related to this here. This O is related to this here. So observe. In these questions, usually this is the only logic which works mostly. Otherwise, it won't make sense. What is happening is they are writing it in the opposite direction. D, L, O, G. And now what they are doing is they are doing minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1, right? So D minus 1 is C, D plus 1 is E. L minus 1 is K, L plus 1 is M. So 15 minus 1 is 14, 15 plus 1 is 16, 7 minus 1 is 6, 7 plus 1 is 8. This is my logic. So what will be the code for busy now? So busy will be Y, Z, U, B, 24, 26, 25, X, Y, Z, A. This is gone. This is gone. Sorry, X, Z, Y, A. Yeah. Then we'll have U. See, T, U, V. U, V cannot be there. Can it be there? U and V cannot be together, right? Because they have to be gap of one letter. So option C is my correct answer. From elimination and from observation, I have figured it out. Once I know the logic, I can do it. 72 seconds. 1 minute is okay for this, but I still agree with this one because figuring this out would have taken time slightly. Figure analogy. Okay. So what is happening here? So these two are changing places and both are flipping in their own position. Mirror images. And this top figure is repeated here as it is. That is what is happening. So these two will change places. So G will come here and B will go here and G will be repeated here, which is there in option 3. Cool. Simple. Easy question. Option C is the right answer. 32 seconds. Great. Perfect. Next. Okay. Data sufficiency. One of the primarily very important topics of CGL Tier 2. Expected topics. And it has consistently been a highly taxing topics for a lot of students. Okay. So 3, 3, 6, 7. 7 members of family. X is daughter of B who is married to Y. Okay. Statements are given. Which of the following sufficient to answer the question? How is P related to Y? This is the question. Okay. So let's correctly write whatever is given to us. X is the daughter of B. B is married to Y. This much we know. The question is how is P related to Y? Now the options are 1 alone, 1 and 2 together are not sufficient, both are necessary, and 2 alone. Because standard questions, standard options. Okay, 1 alone, you see S is the sister of Y, A is married to S, P is married to R. If you observe, there is no direct connection in 1 alone. Okay, because R and so P and Y need to be connected, no? So S is the sister of Y, A is to S, but P is to R is totally separate. We don't know any connection here whatsoever. So we won't be able to relate P and Y with this. So statement 1 is not sufficient. Please don't solve the whole thing. Look at 2 alone. R is the son of S, who is sister of Y. So Y and R we can see, but P is a female member, but again no connections here. So right away you can refuse that these two are definitely not the answers. Now you'll have to check both. So now you apply both of them here. Okay. So S is sister of Y, A is married to S, P is married to R. Okay. R is the son of S, who is sister of Y, P is married to R. So we definitely know how is P related to Y now. Y is sister's daughter-in-law. Okay, and P is a female member, we already have found that. Okay, so Y is sister's daughter-in-law. That's an indirect relationship, but we can still find it out. So both are necessary to answer the question. Option C is the correct answer. Okay, 72 seconds. Could have been brought down, but again, it's decent. It's decent. 72 seconds is actually a very good performance because I have seen these questions crossing 100 seconds. So accordingly, this is a good one. Okay, Sonu, who is a male, said. So Sonu is a male and he has said, Jia is the only daughter of my mother's father. This is Sonu's mother's father. Jia is the only daughter. So this is Jia. How is Sonu related to Jia? Son. This could have been done verbally also. You didn't have to solve it at all. Cool. 26 seconds. Excellent. Next. Now comes the challenging question. Okay. Again, data sufficiency. And this is a sitting based question. Right? So observe the question. There are 4 people sitting in the corners while 4 people sitting along the sides of a square table facing away from the center. Facing away from the center. This is the basic structural arrangement. Right? Now, who is sitting second to the right of M3? Perfect. Before the statements, we read the options. The options tell us data in statement 2 alone, okay. Both 1 and 2 together, okay. Not sufficient, and 1 alone. Standard question again. C3 sits to the immediate left of M3. C2 is opposite to C4. Okay. C3 sits to the immediate left of M3. M3 is along the sides of a square. So let's say M3 is sitting here. So C3 is to its immediate left. So C3 is here. C2 is opposite to C4. That means C2 and C4 are here. But the problem is either C2 can be here or C4 can be here, or C2 can be here, C4 can be here. So immediate right of M3 I am not sure. Second right of M3 I am definitely not sure who is sitting. So 1 alone is not sufficient. Now I'll have to check 2 alone also. Okay. So when I check 2 alone, what do I get? Remember, they're all facing outside. Okay. If you forget, I'll just draw these arrows everywhere so that now you won't forget. C3 and C4 are neighbors of M1. Okay. So I can have M1 here, let's say. And C3, C4 in multiple orders can be here. Okay. M4 sits opposite to M2, who is immediate right of C1. So M2 is immediate right of C1 and M4 sits opposite to M2. This is okay. Now there the question was who is second to the right of M3. So I know this is M3 for sure. Agreed? Because we have M1 here, we have M2 and M4 fixed here. So this is M3. Who is second to the right of M3? It's M2 only. Huh? M2's position is fixed. See, I don't know about C1, C3, C4. That is not a problem. Second to the right of M3 is M2 only, no matter what I do. Even if partially I get my answer, that will be my correct answer. I don't have to solve the whole thing. The problem is, it's so detrimental for us to solve the whole thing. That is where exactly we go wrong. And we end up consuming a lot of time. Statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Okay. Because I needed my answer and I got it here. 122 seconds. Just moments ago I told you the data sufficiency. I have seen questions where students have usually taken more than 100 seconds. 2 minutes wasted here. And after that, this was incorrect also. So can you calculate the loss, the amount of loss data sufficiency is causing to you just because of the C-type errors you're doing and just because of the not to solve the whole thing paradox which you're getting trapped in. I have spoken about this in detail on this channel. Go ahead and check out the deep analysis of data sufficiency. It's actually going to help you a lot, okay, to come out of this problem. All right, next. Again, data sufficiency. The more you are troubled by it, the more you're fearful of it, the more they'll present you this question only. 6 persons were born in different months from January to June of a leap year, but not necessarily in the same order. Okay, in which month was R born? All right. So January to June, January, February, or let me label it like this: January, February, March, April, May, June. This is easier. Okay. So which one was R born? So statement 1, options are 1 and 2 together not sufficient, 2 alone, 1 and 2 together are sufficient, 1 alone. Again, standard options. So 1 alone, 2 persons were born between O and Q. O was born after Q. So we have Q dash dash O. N was born immediately after M but before R. Neither M nor N was born in the March month. So neither M nor N were born in the March month. Anything can we find out about this? Probably Q can be here, O can be here. M, N, R, no, this is not working. So Q can be here, O can be here. So we can have M, N, no, not working. So Q can be here, R, O can be here. M, N can be together here, but then they can't have R here, right? That's also not, we can't figure it out. So M, N can be here probably. Okay. And Q can be here, O can be here, and R can be anywhere. It can be here or here. But the problem is that will not be confirmed. We will not be able to understand where is R exactly. So 1 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Now 2 alone says that P was born in the month having odd days. So January is the month. February because it's a leap year, right? So February, March, not April, May, not June. Okay, so P has these possibilities. Forget about these now. Q was born before P but after N. Q was born before P but after N. Right? Three persons are born between P and M. So P1, 2, 3, M. This could be possible, or P1, 2, 3, M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is only 6 months, so this is not possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is possible. Okay. Only one person was born between N and R. Something wrong here, no? 3 persons born between P and M. Okay, wait. You have 6 people. P was born having odd days. Okay. Q was born before P but after N. And 3 persons were born between P and M. So obviously they are not together, immediately together. Right? Can I figure it out with this question, this equation? P and M. P1, 2, 3 and M. We can assume it like this. But that is not satisfying our logic here. So what else can be done here? Q was born before P but after N. So if P is here, Q can be here and N can be anywhere else. P can be here, but P cannot be here, right? So this is gone. P can be in any of these 3 cases. So let's say P is here. So Q was here, N was here. No, wait. Q was B before, was born before P after N, Q, P. No, so this P cannot be here also. So P is here, Q is here, N is here. Between P and M there are 3 people, so this is not possible anywhere. That means P is not here also. So P is definitely here. Q is born before P but after N can be anywhere here. Okay, 3 persons born between P and M, so this is definitely M is here. Okay, so N can be here, Q can be anywhere here, R has to be here. Is it necessary? Only one person was between N and R. No, so R has to be here. That means Q has to be here, and we can say who's left? O is here. Cool. So 2 alone has helped us to find the answer. It took some time, but we could find the arrangement finally. So 2 alone is the correct answer. Option B is the right one. Cool. See, even I was getting tempted at this stage to use this data, but I couldn't have because I am only dependent on 2. So I can't use any memory from 1. Okay. So 117 seconds, and despite that it was wrong because most probably students have answered here. 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question. Don't do guesswork, okay? Odd one out. 9 and 324. The moment you see this, it should strike right away that this is 18 square. This is 26 square. This is 16 square. But this is 22 square. So not fitting the bill. So you're just doubling it and squaring it. Okay, so option C is the odd one out, which is this. 20 seconds. Great. Perfect. Okay, this one let's try it though. It seems friendly is being repeated. First is I only. Third is Y. Fourth is R. Then we have third FEL in the end. What is happening? Friendly. So this is N. IN. This is gone. This is gone. Then after R we have M or N. So friend, it has to be N. M is not there in the word only. So option C is the correct answer. Cool. Easy. 25 seconds. And the last question for today is here. So the mirror image, correct mirror image. So let's observe. So this will be flipped. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Look at the anomaly. Here we have E. We have O here. So this is gone. Now after that H. After that E. After that H is 6. So this is gone. 6xe dollar ampersand. Ampersand is straight here. So this is gone. Option 4 is the correct answer. Quick answers we can get like this. Option D is the right answer. 25 seconds. Great. So that's it for the reasoning section today. And as I told you, they have slightly deviated from conventional methods today, and hence for the first time I have seen toppers who have gotten multiple questions incorrect in a single shift, right? So this is one of the primary reasons why reasoning can suddenly feel to be difficult to you when you're sitting in the exam. And reasoning is one such topic out of the 4 which you will be attempting, which is actually an error-free or an errorless concept where you can actually achieve 100% accuracy provided you have, attempted it in the proper format. So be careful of that. Keep practicing. As of now, that's it for today. I'll end the session here. Thank you so much for watching live till here with me. Do hit the subscribe button on the channel right away so that whatever we keep bringing for you, you can see them right away. You can get a notification. Share this video across platforms with others who are also preparing for the SSC CGL Tier 2. All the best. Thank you so much for joining live. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.